Hello there, Facebook. What is going on? Kendra Woods here of KendraKWoods.com. And I was just checking to make sure I didn't have anything in my teeth before I got on here. So how is everybody doing today? I am, of course, sitting at the bus stop waiting for my daughter. And I've been running around all day just taking care of some personal stuff, and I knew that I needed to come on today and share this message with you. It was something that kind of dropped in my soul this morning as I was out walking, and I want to share it with you. I want to provide some value to you to help you in your journey along this entrepreneurial journey that we're all on in our businesses. So what I want to talk about today is confusion, and quite simply, just going to get to the point. Confusion is a state of mind, period. And this came to me because I've noticed myself operating in this space, tons of times in my life and in my business, right? And it was one of those, for me, a limiting belief, kind of like a block, right? Where I always felt like that, I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what action to take. And I always kind of stayed in this space of indecisiveness. Like, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? And then never really doing anything because, essentially, I was telling myself I was confused. I was, looking at the fact that I didn't know the outcome 100%, right? And I was allowing that to keep me from taking the action that I needed to take. And so I want to say this to you because I understand in business, it can be very easy to get ourselves in that space of feeling like we're confused and we don't know what to do. And instead of taking action, instead of, really getting clear on what it is we're confused about, we tend to stay in that space for like a week, 2 weeks at a time, and we get frustrated, and then we get mad and upset at ourselves, and then we beat ourselves up because we're not taking the steps that we know we need to take, and then we go into procrastination, and it's like just this forward, it just snowballs. It's like a snowball effect, right? And so then what happens is you end up not taking any action and you end up being in a place of resistance for like a month and you're like, okay, what is going on? Right? And then you kind of like snap out of it and you're like, let me get the ball on the road, right? But by that time, you've lost precious momentum and you've lost precious time, right? So I want to share with you just some simple ways that you can go from being confused to creating a sense of clarity for yourself. And you all know I'm all about mindset. I'm all about, your thoughts and your thought patterns, and being confused is simply a thought pattern. It's simply a pattern that you get yourself into. And the interesting thing is it's a way for you to protect yourself, right? It's a protection mechanism, if I'm saying that right. It's a protective mechanism for you, especially when you're out there trying new things. You're being active in your business. You're putting yourself out there. You're putting your products out there. You're showing up, and it's new, right? You're stepping outside of your comfort zone. And so it's only right that your mind, your subconscious mind, is going to try to protect you because it's dangerous out there, right? There's all these fears out there. And so you'll fall into this trap of, oh, I'm confused. And what I want to share with you is that your mind is going to give you back whatever you put in it. All right. So if you're putting in your mind that you're confused, that you don't know what to do, that you're not sure what action to take, then that's exactly what you're going to get back. That's exactly what you're going to get back. It's just more confusion, right? And that can take you down a road of overwhelm, right? Because you recognize you're confused. You recognize that you feel like you don't know what to do. So then what you do is you go out there and maybe you start looking for every little thing to fix it, right? To fix your confusion, to fix what you think is going on. And so what you do is you go out there and get overwhelmed. You get, shiny object syndrome, as I call it, where every little thing looks good. You're like, oh yes, I need that. And oh yes, I need that. And oh yes, I need that because that's going to help me with this. And you end up creating more confusion. So how do you get from that place to a place of clarity? And I feel like I have to sneeze. So I'm going to pause. Let's see if I have to sneeze. No sneeze. All right. I am fighting like a little head cold, but I'm winning. I'm fighting it and I'm winning. All right, so how do you go from a place of confusion to clarity? So to go from confusion to clarity, you simply need to change the thought that's happening in your mind. From the thought of, oh, I'm confused and I don't know what to do, to the thought of, I have this absolutely amazing, clear clarity around what to do next. Right? And that is actually an affirmation of mine that I write down in my journal every single day. I'm writing it down. I have crystal clear business clarity, right? Even in those moments where I'm sitting there thinking, okay, now what do I do next? What do I do next? I'm always telling myself, I'm always programming my mind with the affirmation and with the belief that I have crystal clear business clarity. And let me tell you, it works, you guys. Oh, like even just today, I gained another snippet of clarity around my business and around my business model and what it consists of, and and how to break things out of my business. And I really got a clear picture about the foundation of my business model, and then what that looks like, right? I mean, literally in my head today when I was walking, I was thinking about this and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, so these are the main components of my business, right? And then I started thinking about, okay, these are the main components. Then from those main components, I offer these types of services, right? And then from those services, I offer this. And so I literally mapped out my whole business in my head this morning as I was walking. And it's simply because I affirm to myself every single day, regardless of what the reality may look like, or regardless of what I might think is going on, I'm always affirming to myself that I have crystal clear business clarity. All right. And so what will happen when you start doing that and you do it repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly? I mean, I've been writing out this statement for the past 3 months, right? That I have crystal clear business clarity. And what then happens is you start getting these downloads of clarity, right? You start getting these ideas that pop in your head. You start, the thing that you were kind of, struggling with, maybe in regards to your message, or maybe you were struggling with who your ideal, your soulmate client is, or maybe you were struggling with, gaining some clarity around how to pull together a package, right? All of a sudden you get this instant moment of clarity and you're like, oh, I get it now, right? Or the right opportunity is presented to you and it literally gets your attention and you're like, oh, that's exactly what I need, right? Versus walking around frantically, purchasing every little program or course that comes your way, right? When the right one comes your way, it's you see it, you know it, you jump on it, and you take that opportunity, right? The right people will start coming into your life. You'll start seeing live streams and resources and stuff that come into your reality, to help you affirm and to help you bring true that affirmation that you're saying to yourself of, I have amazing crystal clear business clarity, right? And so it starts with that, number one, right? It starts with that, number one. And number two, it starts with, the other thing that I would suggest doing is also getting out your journal and writing some things out, writing your thoughts out. Get those thoughts out of your head and get them on paper. Because what happens is as you do that, as you're getting these thoughts out on paper, you're kind of feeling confused, and maybe you start writing about that and you say in your journal, I'm really confused, about who my ideal client is, who my soulmate audience is, I'm not quite sure, how to speak to her, and I'm truly trying to think about what programs to offer. And so as you're getting all of that crap out of you, you're able to then organize your thoughts. Right? You're then organizing your thoughts. And as you're writing that out and you're getting it out, you're making space for the new ideas. You're making space for the clarity, right? And so as you do that, you're going to get ideas that pop to you. You're going to go, oh, wait a minute, I could do a program around this. Or, oh, wait a minute, my soulmate client is this, this, and this, right? You're going to get those beautiful moments of clarity. But the thing is that you have to get in action. You have to start telling yourself you have clarity, and then you got to start getting all that crap out of your mind that tells you otherwise. Get it out on paper and organize your thoughts, right? And the other thing that I would also say to you around gaining clarity is it's the same concept of getting up and walking away. Right? Because how many times have you experienced this before, where maybe you're working on a project, if you remember back when you were in school, or I don't know, maybe even with work, you're working on a project and you get to a certain point and you get stuck, right? And you're just like, ugh, what do I do next? I'm not sure what to do next. What do I do next? And you keep doing what you think you're supposed to be doing, but it's not giving you the result that you're looking for. And you get frustrated and you get frustrated and you're like, why is this not working, right? If you're trying to, I remember when I was in my corporate position where I was managing medical offices, when we would get around to like this time of year, actually, we would do budgets for next year. And we had this fancy spreadsheet with all these formulas that calculated the expenses. We calculated collections. We pulled out, the doctor's salary and the salary expense. I mean, the expenses for the supplies, the rent, all that stuff, right? And we would have all these fancy formulas in there. And it was something that I would literally spend hours looking at and filling it in and looking at the data and looking at the historical data and all that good stuff. But there would always be a time where I would kind of get stuck and I'd be like, okay, why is this not working out? Why is it saying that, I'm going to be over budget? Or why, why is my expense lower this year than last year? Or whatever, right? Whatever you're working on. The important thing to do in that moment, I would always set it down and make myself get up and walk away. I would just get up and walk away. So when you're experiencing confusion in your business, when you're just kind of just at your wit's end trying to figure out what to do, just get up and walk away, right? So what that might look like for you, that may mean doing something fun, right? Go to a movie, go to dinner with a friend, go for a walk. Simply take your mind off of it. Relax yourself. Take a hot bubble bath, drink a glass of wine, listen to some music, watch a movie, right? Do something to get your mind off of it. Because what you're then doing is you're relaxing your mind, right? You're putting yourself into a relaxed state, which then means you're not all tensed up and trying to stressed out, trying to figure things out. You're relaxed and you allow yourself to then receive the information that you need to receive to create the clarity that you need, right? So those are the 3 things that I would suggest to you for gaining clarity. And of course, the one that I can't not say is, in business, you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. So yes, definitely, find a mentor, find a coach, find a program that's comprehensive that will help you get to that place of clarity that you need to be, right? And the thing with clarity is, when you're wanting it so bad, clarity comes with action. Clarity comes with getting in there and just taking some action, right? And so sometimes you're just like, I don't know what action to take. And I would suggest that you just simply ask yourself, right? So I would say, Kendra, what is the next best thing that you need to do right now? And I do this now throughout my day, where maybe I finish a certain project or I finish a task or whatever, and then my mind wants to go crazy because I have all these things to do. I'll simply ask myself, Kendra, what's the next best thing for you to do? And it could be writing a blog. It could be live streaming. It could be, working on my sales funnel. It could be looking at some analytics or whatever, right? It could be whatever. And so whatever pops up within me, that's what I then decide to do. All right. Because when you're in action, it will breed clarity. All right. So, and the other thing that's interesting is when you do get the help that you need, when you take the program, the coaching or whatever, that's going to propel you forward so much quicker also than you sitting there trying to pull your hair out and figure things out, right? Because more than likely the person that you work with, the course that you take, whatever, they've been there before, they've done it, and now they can share their wisdom with you because, as we all know, success leaves clues, right? All right, so last thing before I get off of here, I do need to share with you that my 7-week course, Breakthrough Bootcamp, is now open for registration. We start on October 23rd, and what this course is all about, it's 7 weeks of you and I working together, taking intentional and empowered action, or elevation, if you will, to get you clear on purpose and into massive action, okay? It's all around you busting through your limiting beliefs. It's all around changing those stories within you that are keeping you stuck in this space. It's all around facing your fears, facing into them, releasing them, and really up-leveling yourself to that 2.0 version of who you are, okay? So it's breaking through from all of your baggage, all of your limiting beliefs, all of your stories, and breaking through to that next level that's going to propel you forward. And I kind of made mention to this morning. I made a post this morning because it occurred to me that the only thing between you and your success is your blocks, right? So if you think of this diagram of you, like you're here, your blocks are in the middle, and then you have success over here. So the only thing stopping you is that block or those blocks in the middle. And that's what this program is designed to help you with. It's designed to help you identify and locate your limiting beliefs, the old stories that aren't serving you, the wounds that you need to heal. It's helping you to identify what those are and to reframe them and create new belief systems, new thought patterns, new habits that are going to propel you forward into success, right? That'll allow you to break through those old ways of thinking, okay? And we do this through the course of 7 weeks. Each week is geared towards a particular, theme, obviously. There'll be journaling that'll take place. You will have a journaling prompts throughout the weeks that we're together. You'll also have meditations each week. There are worksheets for you to complete and fill out. So it's definitely an active program to get your mind, working and to get you identifying what it is that's holding you back so you can bust through it, right? So I'm super excited about it. There's tons of bonuses that I am including, over $600 worth of bonuses that I'm including for those who enroll. So I'm going to leave the link in the comments, but if you want to go ahead and check it out now, it is www.KendraKWoods.com, and K is spelled out KAY /Breakthrough Bootcamp. So www.KendraKWoods.com /Breakthrough Bootcamp. And my sales page there will go through and read that. It's an awesome read, you guys. You'll get so much value just from reading the sales page. And then you can click on the yellow links and it'll show you the payment options. I have payment plans, all that good stuff, okay? And if all else, if you have questions or whatever, then simply just message me. Simply message me and we can chat about it, or hop on the phone and chat about it, so I can answer your questions, okay? All right. Love you so much. Thank you for watching, you guys. If you have comments, if you have questions, please leave them below. I'd love to answer them and see how I can help you with anything that may be coming up for you right now. I'll come back and check in, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Remember, never settle. Your best business and your best life is just on the other side of yes. So say yes to yourself, okay? Thanks so much, you guys. Bye for now.